Good morning. Welcome to our 30-minute cardio interval training. This workout is going to push you strength and endurance wise, even though it's all going to be body weight. So you can do this workout live with me right now, or you can do this on your own whenever you have time. You just want to make sure you have a little bit of space, 30 minutes, and a good attitude. So we're going to start with our warm-up. We're going to work through this warm-up, 30 seconds of each move. So I'm going to have you just start out in a jog, starting out nice and easy. Since we're going through this warm-up 3 times, I want you to use this first round to really focus on getting in tune with your body, just warming up some of these basic movements. I'll offer modifications for every movement if we need them. And then as we go through the second and third rounds, we're really going to try to pick up the pace. Ready in 3, 2, we're going to switch it over to overhead jacks. Reaching those arms straight up overhead, staying nice and light in those toes. If you need to modify this, I want you to just step it out to the side, making sure we're really reaching those arms all the way up and getting a nice stretch as we come across in those jacks. Warming up the legs, the shoulders, keeping your core pulled in. We got 3, 2, okay, we're gonna bring those legs out super duper duper wide. I'm gonna have you lunge it over to the side, then come back up to the middle, and lunge it to the other side. So as you lunge it over to the side, you should feel a nice stretch along the inner thighs. Pressing through those heels, keeping the hips back. No, 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 no. Awesome job, you got this. Last few seconds here. Try to get 2 more to each side. In 3, 2, we're gonna bring it into high knees. So we're gonna bring those knees up as high as we can. Doing our best to slightly lean forward. We don't want to be leaning back. If you need to modify here, march, 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 march. Bringing those knees up towards the chest. Awesome job. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We got 3, 2. There, bring those feet about hip width apart. We're going to squat reaches. Maybe reach down to the ground, squat, reach all the way up overhead. Down to the ground, reach all the way up overhead. Keep the weight back in those heels. Squeezing the glutes up towards the top. Holding that belly button in tight. And really focus on stretching out through the torso, in the back, as we go into that reach. Awesome job. We got 3, 2, and then our last warm-up move, just going into a mock jump rope. So you can go alternating side to side. If you want to jump together, you can. Warming up those shoulders and the arms. Awesome job. So when you're in your jump rope, you want to try to keep the core contracted. The tighter you are, the lighter you are. Feel much easier to control your body when it's held tight rather than when it's a floppy noodle. We got 3, 2, then starting back over at that jog. This is our second time through the warm-up. Again, only 30 seconds for each move. We want to pick up the pace a little bit. Now that we've been through the whole thing, you know what to expect. You know if you have to modify, what feels good, what may need some work. Awesome job, you got this, keep it going. We got 3, 2, then back into those overhead jacks. Reaching those hands up overhead. Staying nice and light in the toes. Awesome job. And keeping that core pulled in tight. If we need to modify, let's tap it out to the side. But make sure we're still reaching those arms up as high as we can. Stretching out and warming up the shoulders. Awesome job, you got this. We got 3, 2, we're going back into that lateral lunge. Bringing those feet out nice and wide. Lunging it to the side. As you come into this lateral lunge, you want to try to keep the torso fairly fixed. You want to avoid leaning over to one side or collapsing over to the other. Awesome job. Keep breathing. Getting a nice stretch in those inner thighs. Try to get a couple more here. We got 3, 2. Then we're back in those high knees. Bringing those knees up. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, if you need to modify here, just march it out. Focusing on bringing the knee up towards the chest, engaging the abs as you drive those knees up. If you're able to stay in those high knees, you have less than 10 seconds. Keep pushing through. We go back to our squats. In 3, 2, and feet about hip width apart. Sit up with that squat reach, sit down, reach it up. Sit down to the heels, reach it up. As you squat, I want you to focus on sending those hips back. Your visual is that you're going to pee in the woods, sitting down nice and low. Don't want to get any pee on your shoes. Awesome job, keep breathing. We got 3, 2, and then setting up with that mock jump rope. Awesome job, keep breathing. Warming up those shoulders. Pretend you have a jump rope in your hands. If you want to go side to side, you can just go side to side. Whatever feels more comfortable. Breathe, keep moving. Last 10 seconds. Keeping that core pulled in nice and tight. We got 3, 2, and back in that jog. Last 30 seconds here. Sprint it out if you can. It's our last time through the warm-up. Then we're gonna cool it down and stretch before we start the circuits. You got this. Keep breathing, staying in. We got 10 more seconds of this jog. Keep it going, you're running down the street. We got 3, 2, and back in those overhead jacks. Last 30 seconds of those jacks. You want to try to make this round your quickest. So really push through. Again, if we need to modify, stepping it out to the side as you reach those arms up. Awesome job, last 10 seconds. Keep this going. Setting back up in that lateral lunge in 3, 2, feet out nice and wide. Lunge it to the side, right back up. Lunge it to the side, right back up. This one you don't have to go fast. You really want to focus on getting that nice stretch in the inner thighs. Holding that core in tight to the top. So cute, so cute. Awesome, last 10 seconds. I love it, it's so pretty. It's so cute. Whew. We got 3, 2, and then back in those high knees. Awesome job. Stay in this, do what you gotta do. If you need to take a rest, take a few seconds. Get back into it when you can. So we only have 2 more moves of warm-up after this. Awesome job. If you need to modify, march it out a little bit quicker. And we got 3, 2, last time in that squat to reach. Bringing those feet hip width apart, sitting down and reaching up. This is a good move. Start to focus on your breathing. Try to get back in your body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, lower, exhale, reach. Drawing the core in as you reach up high. Sit back through those hips. Awesome job, you got this. Last 3, 2, and last 30 seconds of jump rope. Awesome job, you got this. Holding that belly button in nice and tight. Go side to side if it feels okay. It's your last 15 seconds of the warm-up. Keep pushing through. You got this, stay in it. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Shake it out. So to grab some water. We're gonna meet back in the middle. Stretch out a little bit before we start our circuits. All right. So we're gonna bring those feet out a little bit wider than hip width. And take a big inhale, reach up. As you exhale, I want you to fold down towards your toes. leading through the chest, pressing back through the hips. Should feel a nice stretch along the back of your legs, your hamstrings, possibly your lower back, depending on how tight it is. Now, if you walk yourself over to the left-hand side, pulling the chest in towards the left knee. Again, always leading with the chest, not with the head. And we're gonna walk it back to the middle and over to that right-hand side. Pulling the chest in towards the knee. Really focus on breathing here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Then we're gonna come back to the middle. We're gonna slowly roll up. I'm gonna have you pivot to the side. So we're gonna have one leg forward, one leg back. You can bring your hands down towards the ground, towards that forward toe. You wanna keep that back leg extended as straight as you can. We should feel a big stretch along the front of the hip and that hip flexor. And then I want you to open up, rotate towards that forward bent leg. Opening up in the chest. Getting a nice rotation in the torso. And then we're gonna bring it back down, straighten out that front leg, nice and light in that back toe. And then again, bringing the chest in towards the knee. An isolated hamstring stretch just on this forward leg. Perfect, and roll it up. We're gonna pivot the other way. Now that leg that was back should be forward. Weight in that heel, back leg extended straight. We're gonna come down towards the floor. Should feel a nice stretch along the front of that hip and that hip flexor. And if it feels okay, I want you to open up that arm, rotating towards the forward bent leg. You should feel a nice stretch and opening this up in the shoulder. Getting a nice rotation in the torso. We're gonna go back to the middle, straighten out that forward leg, nice and light in that back toe. Weight in the heel. And you want to try to bring the chest towards that knee. Again, a nice isolated hamstring stretch on that forward leg. And we're going to slowly come up to standing. Make sure you don't get dizzy. We're going to go into a quad stretch. So we're going to bring that foot back behind your butt. Do your best to try to keep your knees together. Hips slightly coming forward. Chest opened up. If you need to hold on to something for balance, you can also hold on to the wall. If you're in your living room, grab onto the couch. Awesome, we're gonna switch it over to the other side. Setting up in that quad stretch. Same thing, trying to keep those knees together. Hips slightly thrusting forward. Should feel a big stretch all along the front of that leg. Okay, perfect. Shake it out, grab some water. We're gonna start our first circuit in 30 seconds. So I'm gonna demonstrate all the moves for you really quick, just so you know what to expect, and it's not so much as a surprise. And then once we get into it, of course, I'll give you modifications and options to push it harder. So our first move, we're gonna set up in stance jacks. So we're gonna have our feet coming out nice and wide, reach down towards the ground, back up, reach towards the other side. Just going back and forth. Our second one, we're gonna set up in upright climbers. So it's kind of like high knees with a reach. Our third one, we're gonna be in a high to low squat punch. And then our last one, we're gonna set up in a plank position in our plank jacks, nice and easy. So we're gonna do 30 seconds of each move, starting first in those stance jacks. We're gonna set this one up in 3, 2, and go. So we're hopping it out, reaching to the side. Nice and light in those toes as we come up to standing. Modification, you're gonna step, in, step, in, step, in. So anytime you need to modify for jumping, it's basically gonna be the exact same movement, but lower impact. So a lot of times it's just stepping. Awesome job, we got 3, 2, then we're gonna set up in those upright climbers. Opposite hand is opposite leg. Reaching straight up like you're climbing up a mountain. These are hard, so if you need to modify, one at a time. Focus on engaging your core as you pull that knee up towards that chest. If you can run it out with these, stay in it, we got 10 more seconds. Keep breathing. We got 3, 2, set up in that squat. We're gonna punch low, punch high, punch low, punch high. Think of this as a little bit of a recovery from the jumping and high intensity. Still working those legs, working the upper body. Switch it to the other side, punch low, punch high. So start to feel this in the tricep and that shoulder. Awesome job. Let's try to get a couple more here. 3, 2, set it up in that plank position. Plank jacks. You want those hands right under those shoulders. Engaging the core. Keep breathing. You need to modify. Step in and out of your plank. If you need to hold your plank, just hold it. We got 10 seconds here. You can do it. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We got 3, 2, and rest. Woo, you got 30 seconds. Shake it out. Grab water. They're setting up again. All through that circuit. Since you've been through it once and you know the moves, this round should be a little bit easier to push yourself harder. Keep breathing. You want to set up this second round. Stance jacks in 3, 2, hop it out, and back up to the top. It's like a squat and a jumping jack, had a baby. Keep breathing. Again, modify. Step, squeeze. Step, squeeze. Really focusing on those outer and inner thighs as we come in and out of this move. Awesome job staying this. We got 3, 2, and then back in those upright climbers. Opposite hand, opposite knee driving up, climbing up that mountain. You got this. If you need to modify, march, march. Opposite, opposite, driving up through the core. You got this, keep breathing. Last 3, 2, set up in that squat punch. Send through the squat, punch low, punch high. Awesome. If the punch is too much, you want to focus on breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome job, switch sides. Keep breathing. You got this, few more seconds in this move. 3, 2, back in that plank. 30 seconds of those plank jacks. Ready. Nice and light in those toes. Weight in those hands. You want the hands underneath the shoulders. If you feel like you start to have your butt coming up in the air, just focus on holding that plank. Awesome, you got this. Last few seconds here, we got 3, 2, and rest. We have one more round of all of those. Shake it out, breathe. Try to keep those legs moving. Whew. Last 10 seconds of this rest. All right, send up. One more time through this circuit. You can do it. 3, 2, stance jacks. Modify if you need to. Otherwise, give this round all you got. Keep breathing. Send back through those hips. Switching side to side. Awesome job. Last 10 seconds. You got this. Try to get a couple more. 3, 2, upright climbers. Driving up through those knees. Reach those hands up. Awesome job, you got this. It's our last time with this move forever, and we're already halfway there. Awesome job. Last 10 seconds. Pick up that pace if you can. We got 3, 2, and squat punch. Send in that squat punch. Low, Come shy. Hey, squats, squats, squats. Words. Awesome, switch sides. She doesn't quite have her language down yet, so everything's a guess as to what she wants. Awesome job, we got 3, 2, and last time in those plank jacks. Set up in that plank, jack it out, you got this. Last 30 seconds here. And uphill. She had an owie, she just needed a kiss. That's 15 seconds. Woo! Try to keep your focus for that all day. You got this. Keep it going. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Woo! Breathe, grab water. You get a whole minute of rest while I explain the next circuit. So, we're gonna have the same thing, 4 moves. We're gonna go through 3 times through. Each move's only gonna be 30 seconds. Then again, you have a 30-second break and start it all over. So this first one, we're gonna start up in a long jump to back pedal. So here you wanna make sure you have a little bit of room. You're gonna sit nice and low in your squat. You're gonna try to jump as far as you can forward, like a long jumper. You're gonna pedal it back. Do that same thing again. So again, if you need to modify this, where the jump is too much, you can just stay in the squat, or you can practice squat, stepping, pedaling it back. I'll give modifications. Second one, hit the floor. Everyone down, up, down, up. Shifting that weight as you go side to side. Third one, traveling plank. We're gonna set up in our plank, travel to the side, travel to the side. As much room as you have. If you can only get 1 or 2 in, just keep going back and forth. Last one, we're going to a pedal. It's like a run, 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 run. Lunge hop, lunge, lunge, run, run, run. Again, I'll give you modification for that when we get there. Grab some water, 10 seconds. Setting up first in that long jump. Make sure you have a little bit of room. Setting this one up in 3, 2, and go. So we're gonna sit back, hop it forward, and run, 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 run. Hop it forward, big jump, as far as you can. Imagine it's a really rainy day, and there's a big puddle in the parking lot. You want to get across the puddle without getting your shoes all wet. Awesome, you got this. Last 5, 3, 2, hit the floor. So it's like a split, coming to the side, up, other side, up, other side. Again, you can make this as powerful and as quick as you can. Otherwise, if you need to modify, just stepping, just stepping. Focus in, putting the weight at the heel of that forward leg. Awesome, you got this. Last 5, 3, 2, set up in that plank. Start with your hands and feet together. Walk it to the side. Hands and feet together. Hands and feet apart. Hands and feet together. Hands and feet apart. Your goal here, keep the hands right under those shoulders. Keep the hips down level with the rest of your body. We don't want any butts up in the air. Pretend that you have a cup of coffee on your lower back. You don't want it to spill. We got 3, 2, and hop it up. Last one, we're going into that pedal. Run, 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 run. Lunge, lunge, run, 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 run. If that's too much, step it back. Step it back. Run, 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 run. Hop if you can. Step if you need to. You got this. Keep breathing. Awesome, so we get one more here. We got 3, 2, and rest. Woo! I know that one was a doozy. We only have 2 rounds left. You can do this. Inhaling through that nose, exhaling through that mouth. Keep those legs moving. We're gonna set up again in that long jump. And we got 5, 3, 2, send those hips back, and jump. Little pedals back. Really getting as far as you can. And that jump again if you need to modify. Either stay right here in your squat, or you can stay in a squat. Big step. And then pedal. Squat. Big step. And then pedal. If you can do that jump, let's try to get it. 2 more in here. Ready? We got 3, 2, and back till they hit the floor. Down, down, reach it up, reach it up. Awesome job, you got this. Pressing through those heels. If you need to modify, step it out. Step it out, you got this. Last 10 seconds here. Try to get a couple more. 3, 2, back in that plank. If you need to hold that plank, just hold it. Otherwise, start with those hands and feet together. Step it to the side. Keep breathing. I have room for about 4, so I go 4 steps and then 4 steps. If you have less room, make it 2 steps, make it 3. If you have more, travel as far as you can. Awesome, you got this. Last few seconds. 3, 2, and hop it up. Back in that pedal. Run, 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 run. Lunge, lunge. Lunge, lunge. If you need to step, step back in that lunge. Lunges are hard, and your legs are tired. Do what you can. Stay in this. We got 5, 3, 2, and rest. Whew. Keep breathing. You can do this. There's only 1 round left. It's our last 2 minutes of work. Think of each move as your favorite commercial. You only have to watch 4, and then the show's back on. We're gonna set up in that long jump last time here. In 3, 2, and go. It's our last round through the circuit. Last circuit, last 2 minutes. Give it all you got. Awesome job in those jumps. Again, if you need to step, step it out. We only have 10 seconds left here. Awesome, we got 3, 2, back in that, hit the floor, last 30 seconds here. Down, up and down. Keep breathing. I know this is hard. You can do it. You have a little more than a minute of work left. Keep pushing through. You're doing so good. 3, 2, back in that plank. Last 30 seconds of that travel. Over to the side. Hands together, feet together, hands apart, feet apart. Awesome job. You can hold that plank if you need to. Try to keep those hips nice and level with the shoulders. Hands under shoulders. Awesome job. We got 3, 2, hop it up. Last 30 seconds of that pedal. Pedal, lunge, run, 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 lunge. Again, if you need to, step, step, back in that run. Last 10 seconds here. See if we can get a couple more. You got this. 3, 2, and rest. Woo! Grab some water, and I want you to meet me back at the center. So we're gonna bring those feet out a little wider than hip width again. We're gonna take 3 big, deep inhales here. First one, big deep breath in. Exhale, release those arms. Another big deep breath in here. Exhale, release. One more big deep breath in. On this exhale, I want you to fold it forward and then let everything just hang. Head relaxed, neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Just hanging there. If it feels good and you can, I want you to try to grab your elbows above your head. It's hard to see with my hair. And then again, just gently swing side to side. Imagine you're bringing each elbow towards the ankle as you go to the sides. And I want you to release those arms so you can grab one of the back of your ankles. Then really send those hips back as you get a nice stretch along the hamstrings. Okay, I want you to turn those toes out a little bit. We're going to press the elbows against the knees to get a nice stretch in those inner thighs. So you might feel tightness in the groin a little bit later today or during the weekend from all of the jumping and the planks that we did. So remember this stretch when you're in pain. Remember, slowly roll up, making your head the last thing to come up so you don't get dizzy. Whew. I'm going to go back into that quad stretch from before. Again, if you're a little tired, you need the balance, hold on to something. We're going to try to keep those knees together. If you're able, grab that ankle with your opposite hand and then reach the same hand as the side that's up, leg that's up, whatever. Reaching straight up. Should feel a nice stretch along that torso, along with the front of that leg. Then we're going to try that on the other side. Again, first, just finding that balance. If you're having issues holding your balance, just focus on staying in the quad stretch. If you're able, reach that opposite hand over to the opposite foot, reaching the same arm as the leg that's up, straight up towards the sky. Getting a nice stretch along that torso as well as that thigh. Awesome, then have you bring your arms up over your head, reaching at that elbow. Should feel a nice stretch along the tricep, shoulder, and lat. Then we release that elbow. Other side, gently pulling at the elbow, lifting up through the chest, doing our best to keep the chin away from the chest. Perfect. Shake those arms out. You did such a good job. I know today was challenging. So remember to keep stretching. Foam roll if you have a foam roller at home.